least one-stop center, which is coming up, but it will restore, considering that there is no UK funding in this particular financial year. Those other important areas of concern, that is connection of water, connection of power, and also access roads inside are there, and therefore there is a serious need also of putting something there to make that project going. Chair, let me move to what we call committee recommendations. And in this particular area, Chair, there is a list that the committee has proposed as their recommendations, and I will ask you to move to page 19, and Chair, we can together be there. Chair, allow me to go to the justifications.
Chair,
yes.
Maybe briefly, you may also highlight this non-financial recommendation, just highlighting, because they may have an implication on the financial ones.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, allow me just to read briefly. In order to enhance to the effectiveness of the trade missions abroad, it is crucial for the ministry overseeing these missions to undertake significant reforms. The committee recommends an assessment to determine if there is linkage between the foreign markets and the skills possessed by the attaches. Chair, you remember that in this particular area, we have attaches which are already attached to those foreign countries, but to the assessment of the members of the Trade Committee, we realize that these particular attaches have no business there. They have no job. They are not committed to any job, and therefore that is why the members are asking the linkages. We realize that we keep budgeting, and the budgets that we just put into that particular area, it seems to be going to drain if those particular attaches have no business they're doing. Also realize that, Chair, we have another very important saga, which is Kiproba, which does the same similar work. And Chair, we were asking this important department to see how which is of their important, whether we can streamline to expand Kiproba, or whether they can call back the attache if there is no enough commitment for them there abroad, since they still keep on consuming from Exchequer. Chair, you realize, according to those other additional interests, is that this particular trade department are under negotiations with new areas of bilateral agreements, and these are United Arab Emirates and European, Indonesia, and many others. And therefore, there was need to check on how to facilitate them to get to their dreams. Chair, moving now to the list of the recommendation, Chair, let me move to now page 19 and allow me to go to the justifications. Chair, there is a reduction of Kenya shillings. This is from comparative department and management, and there is a reduction of Kenya shillings 74 million from the modernization of Pavi cotton ginnery. Once the State Department reports on the progress with the Kenya shillings, 100 million for that is left for the project. More funds will be. That, Chair, it is self-explanatory that the total amount was 174, and the committee's wisdom decided to leave at least in the kitty 100, and just to observe the absorbment of this, and therefore later we can put some more money on that. On comparative development and management, marketing value addition of research, that's coffee industry revitalization. Chair, we have reduction of Kenya shillings 125 million from the coffee industry revitalization program. The committee recommends a review of the implementation of this project. The current implementation is not making an impact in reviving the coffee industry. Chair, in that particular area, you realize that according to the items or equipment that are prioritized to be bought, these are laptops, things like weigh scales and some other simple equipment. And the reason of the committee is that that one will not give any significant impact in that particular area, and therefore they need to relook and come up with new revitalization area of concern. Chair, in page 20, there is international trade, development and promotion, market diversifications and access, foreign trade services. Reduction of Kenya shillings 100 million from the extra allowances of trade attaches. There are no measurable returns from learning the trade mission offices abroad. The committee recommends that the offices should be reformed to achieve value for money. I have explained that, Chair. Allow me to move to the next one. This is General Administration Planning and Support Services. In this General Administration Planning and Support Services, Chair, there is a deduction of Kenya shillings 222 million from the headquarters offices, which has an allocation of Kenya shillings 641.7 and a reallocation to the State Department for Trade, for Industry, which will fund the offices of the CS following reorganization within the ministry, as well as M&E for the value chain model. Chair, you realize that money, we have just, that particular figure, we have just mentioned it in our observation, and it was a very big, a huge amount, and therefore, when we did ask about it, then the justification, that's when the ministry decided that the money that is purely to serve the CS, he may be comfortable that money to be reorganized to be put in the Department of Industry. And Chair, there is a portion which also went to M&E. Chair, 21, we have products and market development of MSMEs. And Chair, there is a deduction of Kenya shillings 334 million from the industrial credit project in KIE. The project offers loans 10% per year in the manufacturing sector. What is recovered can be issued to borrowers and the funding. In this particular case, Chair, you realize we have not touched the money for operations. And what we have touched here is that since this particular saga does what we call reading, and they also earn 10% out of this, we want just to make sure that this particular saga is more committed, and we just want to see the interest that they raise out of this actually can be plowed back and also become a sum to capital for lending. And Chair, allow me to move to Investment Department and promotion. This is Business Environment and Investment Promotion, Export Processing Zones Authority. Reduction of Kenya shillings for 12 million from EPCD. This, Chair, is just part of topping up to this particular Investment Promotion Department is a new department, Chair, and you realize this department has no offices, and where they have rented, Chair, they have no petitions, and they have no even furnitures, and therefore, because the budget that was set aside could not be able to make them reach their goals. Actually, they had a deficit of 200,000 something million, but Chair, we could not do much. That's why we have tried to check within their sagas where they can get something out of it. And Chair, we are able to raise about in total 100 million out of that, and that's why the deduction from EPZ are coming up. Chair, allow me to move to page 22. And Chair, very quickly, I'll move to cooperative development and management. This is a new KPCU. Chair, in this particular page, this is proposed committee increase on the proposed FY 2023-2024 Chair. And new KPCU, there's an increase of 100 million Chair, and this is we are moving to what we call marketing, because this particular saga Chair is looking for new marketing, and they have cited USA, Belgium, United Arab Emirates, and the Republic of South Korea as part of them, and therefore that allowance will enable them to at least maneuver their goals. Chair, let me move.
Chairman, as you continue, maybe your class can check on that particular line. Recurrent is changing, and yet there is no, both recurrent and developments are changing. Yet I see it's only recurrent that you have placed some 100 million. On this particular one, if you check, the proposed is 1.827 billion.
She has confirmed the realistic there. I think Chair, they will correct.
Oh, it's a typo?
Yes, that's typo.
On what? On development or on recurrent?
On development.
Okay.
Because the money is recurrent.
So on development, it remains 309?
Yes, 309.
Okay.
Chair, allow me to move to vote number 1174, State Department of Trade. This is...
Sorry, Chairman, we don't usually interrupt.
We want us to...
But on the same,
yes,
recurrent is adding by 100 million. So ordinarily that would be 1.927, but that's not the case. I hope you get what my concern is. You seem to reallocate 100 million, but the figure from proposed to the revised
this will be how much?
Is not giving the correct figure still.
Chair,
Chair,
I think you need to explain the table. We have the proposed figures, recurrent development. The middle column is just indicating the increase. Because I'm saying this is just the increase, then the figure is brought here. Then the development moves from 309 to 409. And then recurrent also has increased from 1827 to 1901. So on development, there is no indication of the increase on development. Yet the figure has changed. So explain the table so that we can follow you through.
Chair, if you go to column 1, this is exactly what is our budget line. And moving to increased amount by committee, then you realize these are proposals. Yes, 100 million. Of course, the figures are not tallying because it should lead 1.927, Chair. For the development should be 309, Chair, not 49. Yes. Chair, allow me to move to the central planning and project monitoring unit. This is under the General Administration Planning and Support Services. It's a Department of Trade. And an increase of Kenya shillings 150 million for monitoring and evaluation of the value chain. The State Department does market research as the as the commencement of the value chain as well as the marketing at the end of the value chain. This gives the State Department an advantage, and they are better placed to report on the progress of the model. Chair, in this one, just to elaborate a bit, is that this Department of Trade, it does a lot in this area, because you realize they are the people who are doing the marketing, and in the marketing they have knowledge of what qualities are required, and therefore they should not operate from a single department or a ministry. They are scattered to all the ministries that does this value chain, so that they can be able to give advice to what kind of quality we need from either leather or all the other kind of value chain